Hi folks, and welcome to today's video, which is a very exciting video because I'm going to be reviewing a brand new robotic dog. I'm not able to show you me taking this out of the box, and I'll explain why in a moment, but I thought to still have a little bit of a reveal, I've just covered it over. So I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1 and then reveal what is underneath this. 3, 2, 1. So the reason why I haven't done an unboxing as such of this in this video, I haven't shown me taking it out the box, is because Elephant Robotics has kindly sent this to me free of charge, and one of the things he said was, please don't show it being taken out of the box because the packaging, they have not finalised for it yet. So it was just a plain box, and they didn't want people to think that that's how this beautiful little husky puppy would come. And before I carry on with this video, I've got to say how grateful I am to Elephant Robotics for this very generous donation to the channel, because I absolutely love this. I've only taken it out the box. I haven't charged him up. I haven't tried him out yet. But just the appearance of him, I absolutely love him. We've even given him a name already. We just looked at him and thought, that's Jack. So before I try switching this little fella on and seeing if he's got any charge, let's just have a look at his physical details, because I think he's pretty special. So the first thing that surprised me about this dog was the open mouth, because I'd seen a short video that Elephant Robotics put on YouTube of a prototype of this dog, and the mouth was closed. So that was a big surprise when I saw he actually had an open mouth with this silicone tongue, which is great. It's quite realistic. So Elephant Robotics put that video out of the prototype, and they've sent me this husky dog now because he's going to be available to back on Kickstarter. So I don't know when the Kickstarter is going to be, just that it's going to be launched very soon. And as soon as it's launched, I'll put a link in the description below. So his name is MetaDog, and he's been produced by a collaboration between Elephant Robotics and Chongker. Chongker being the manufacturer of handmade, very realistic dogs and cats that are plush, and Elephant Robotics being responsible for the robotics part of the pet. So as well as the silicone tongue, like MetaCat that I have unboxed previously on the channel, he has silicone paw pads. And these are like really nice to the touch, and they look perfect. You can see he's white underneath, and this time they've used a zip instead of a Velcro flap like they did in MetaCat, which I see as a big improvement. Any of you folks who have watched some of my projects on this channel know that I always like to replace Velcro with a zip. I just find it much neater. So his tail has got this white bit on the end, and then the rest is coloured. So this is done with airspray painting, which is something that I really want to get into. I've not tried it, but I definitely want to get into. And the really interesting thing about airspraying paint onto fur is that you get sort of different shades in it. And you can get different intensities of colour by finely controlling how much paint you spray on. And it means that you can put nice detailing on like they have on the face here, nice markings, because airspraying with paint is so precise. So unlike MetaCat, that was nearly all white with just a little bit of airbrushing and different coloured fur used for the tail, on this dog all the colouring has been airbrushed, so that must have really taken some time. And I love the effect it's given the husky's coat. And they've also put some very fine pink detailing on the inside of the ears as well by using the air spraying painting method. I thought at first that this dark piece around the edge of the mouth was air spraying, but it's not. They've actually used some sort of different material, like edging material. It's really nicely done. He's got a nice doggy nose. That is not silicone, that is hard plastic. And then he's got his LCD eyes, which, like MetaCat, they're not flat screens, they're actually rounded, so makes them look more like real eyes. So those are his physical details. So let's have a look now and see if he's got any charge in his battery. I think the access to charging the MetaDog and the on, mute and off 3-position switch, I think that access is better by putting a zip in rather than just a little flap with Velcro like they did on the MetaCat. So let's try switching them on and see if he's going to charge. Oh, he's just moved. Wow, I didn't think he'd have any charge, but he has. So, similarly to MetaCat, they used real cat sounds in MetaCat, and it looks like, yes, yes, it looks like they've used real dog sounds for MetaDog. Hello, Jack. Fantastic! He gets those listening icons in his eyes when you say his name. He gets that symbol up to show that it's listening. But I actually said, hello, Jack. I'm going to try again. Hello, Jack. Oh, I thought you were going to know your name there. That must have just been coincidence. So it comes with some voice commands. So obviously he's got a microphone and he's got some voice recognition. And we'll look at those. That was a rapid little pant. So we'll look at those after we've had a look at... After we've had a look... Wow, I like those movements in his head. After we've had a look at some of the movements of his tail and his head, and wow, I like his eyes too. Wow, I love how those eyes look around. Those are great, and blink. Oh, he's just howled. Yeah, so there's a lot of variation in the tail. He's got like slow wags and he's got quite sort of quick wags. So obviously his tail's moving in quite a different way than the cat's would, which was a more sort of relaxed little flick. So they've made it act more like a dog tail. Oh, he wants some affection. Like MetaCat, his head moves in 2 axes. He's obviously got a touch sensor on his head. He's got one on his back. And I believe he reacts differently whether you stroke him or stroke and hold, but we'll explore that a little later after I've looked at some more details about him. It's interesting they've made him a husky pup because huskies are well known for being very vocal. I believe he's got a touch sensor on his chest. Like MetaCat does. Just look at these eyes though. These eyes are very different to the eyes on MetaCat. They look around. Oh, they've obviously done a lot of work on those eyes. I really like the eyes, but I know some people with my MetaCat, I've had people like my mum says, oh, I don't like the bright eyes, but the thing is, you can actually have them on without the lights behind the eyes, because the eyes look quite nice even when the lights aren't on, but I like the eye animations. So Elephant Robotics has sent me some information about MetaDog, because they haven't got the user manual ready yet. Oh, don't be lonely. They haven't got They haven't got the user manual ready yet. So Elephant Robotics have sent me some details about the dog, and they also included in the box this lint roller and comb. So one thing I want to mention is how long a full charge lasts with MetaDog, because this is impressive. It can operate continuously for 3 to 4 weeks on a full charge and only requires 30 to 40 minutes charging time. That's really impressive, yes. He looks particularly pleased about his charging time. So let's have a look at the list of voice commands that I have been sent. Most of them look the same as they were for MetaCat, but there's a few extra ones as well. MetaDog. Brighter eyes. Darker eyes. Give me 5. You're so cute. Oh, I've got hearts. Good boy. Love you. The voice commands are very responsive. MetaDog. Shake your head. Look up. Look down. That's cute. Look away. MetaDog. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Go to sleep. Wow, that was quick. Quick response. That's really handy, being able to say go to sleep rather than have to wait for him to power down through inactivity or have to switch him off. MetaDog. Volume up. Volume down. Oh, that's nice. Be sad. That's cute. Be hungry. Be friendly. MetaDog. Be angry. I thought he might growl, but he just wags his tail. So I guess he doesn't have an angry side. He's just a very friendly puppy. Shake tail. Be happy. So there's just a couple of commands left, and those commands seem to be if you want to get MetaDog to be quiet or stop moving, or both. MetaDog, be quiet. So it goes still and he doesn't make a sound. So I've not timed that, but he goes quiet for a while. If you would like me to time it, how long he goes quiet at a time when you give him that command, I can do and get back to you. So the next command is do not move. MetaDog, do not move. So when you say this, he gets Z's in his eyes. He makes a purr, which is odd for a dog. And he goes quiet and he doesn't move. And then the final one for making him quieten down is no, MetaDog. So those are 3 ways that you can make MetaDog stop moving and be quiet. I'm not sure if he's quiet for different lengths of time with the different commands. So I'll have to time those and get back to you in a future video. So now we'll look at the information I've been given about MetaDog's touch sensors. So MetaDog has 3 touch sensors. One on his forehead, and it says touching the forehead triggers its iconic barking and howling. I'm going to touch and hold now. Right, so it's a touch and hold to make him howl. So he reacts to you stroking his back with cuddling sounds. So that's if you stroke his back. And if you touch and hold, you get a heartbeat. And finally, he's got a touch sensor under his chin. And that makes him whimper. And pant. So Paul, what's your first impressions of Jack?
I think he's great. He's just as good as MetaCat, quite easily, and I think I can see quite a few improvements.
He's very different, isn't he?
Oh, he's very different. He's a dog, and I think, I prefer dogs. I think most people do, don't they?
I'm a dog person, really, I must say.
His eyes, great improvement on the eyes. I love the eyes, how they move around. and combined with the head movements, it's really nice. I also like the paint job on Jack.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It's very detailed, realistic.
There's something about seeing a dog wag its tail. It
There is.
makes you feel happy,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
I also think the movements on Jack are a slight improvement on MetaCat, and the choreography of the movements, the head movements, the tail, and the eye movements, and the way they combined. My first impression of Jack is that he comes across as great and distinct improvements, I think, over MetaCat. The battery life sounds amazing.
Yeah. It's like that sounds like a celebration, didn't it?
Yeah.
Celebratory. I think as a sort of therapeutic companion pet
Yeah.
for someone who's maybe wants to be comforted because they've lost the dog. Like I felt when we lost Toby.
Yeah.
I mean, I went out and got an eyebow, which is much more expensive than I think this dog will be on the crowdfunding. But to be honest, when our dog died, there wasn't much available, was there?
No, there wasn't.
I went and got a Joy for All and an eyebow.
The Joy for All was a purpose therapeutic pet anyway.
Elephant Robotics has actually produced this dog with companionship and therapeutic aspects being in mind.
I'm sure it'll function well as that, because the Joy for
Yeah, I
All
think it could
robot functioned well for that particular purpose.
But I think he's more realistic.
Yeah, but don't you also know some people that found MetaCat therapeutic?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a video on cat alternatives for someone who had lost a pet cat. You know, things that you could buy as a sort of comfort. And I did actually get a comment from someone whose cat had died.
Yeah.
And they got 2 MetaCats.
Well, you know, somebody found MetaCat therapeutic, so I'm sure Jack will also fit that design as being therapeutic as well.
Yes, he certainly seems to me like he'll create quite a little presence.
Yeah.
So, folks, that about concludes this video for our first impressions of Jack, our MetaDog. I will be doing some comparison videos in the future. First one with MetaCat.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
And the other one with Joy for All, because Joy for All pup, it's the only one I can think of that's another plush robotic interactive dog that is aimed at adults.
Yeah.
You know, for companionship and the therapeutic value.
Yeah, sound like two interesting. There'll be 2 interesting comparisons between MetaDog and those 2.
So that's about it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching as always, and hope to see you next time.